So you think this is a game I should sell to GameStop?
What game?
Star Trek Conquest. It looks bad. Dude, one of the playable races is the Ferengi. Who the hell would want to play as a Ferengi?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I remember the name of the store. Fries.
What?
What?
Fries.
Fries.
Frys.
Oh, Fry. What? What kind of a store is Fries?
They're an all-around electronics store. They sell stuff. Oh shit, they even have copper pots now. But yeah, they sell stuff from like computer parts, computers, to TVs, to consoles, to washers and dishwashers.
Yeah, and Walmart is a grocery store.
That's about the only thing that the Fry's does not sell. They don't sell groceries yet.
But Walmart sells everything else.
Well, all right.
But
Walmart
Fry's
sells everything. If you were actually looking for something like specific, like say a dustpan for a broom, dude, I needed one at Kroger because we only had one for the whole store. The others had holes in them.
Guys, I'm recording.
One for the whole
Okay.
store.
But Fry's also sells stuff like sofas and stuff, from what I remember.
Welcome, everybody, to a very special E3 edition of Roundtable Gaming Podcast. I'm here with Luna
What's up?
and Spike is
I don't know.
joining us in replacement of Dana. I don't know where Dana is.
I
Hi,
think that Spike
recording,
is
I'm Spike.
What?
No.
Well, you said you were recording, so hi, recording. I'm Spike.
Fuck's sakes. Anyways, I don't know where Dana is, and I was going to have...
Hey, language. Think of the children.
Children watch my videos?
Yeah, Spike does.
No, but according to Moms Against Unsafe TV, they could watch your channel.
Well, fuck them. I don't fucking care. Go fuck themselves.
Well, I still say that Spike is a major upgrade from Dana, though. Don't tell her.
Well, anyways, I was going to invite my cousin around. I told you guys earlier. I was going to invite my cousin, whom this was her very first E3. I got her into E3, and I'm like, yeah, E3 is like one of the biggest gaming conventions there is. And she got really interested in it. I'm like, well, all right, here are the things that you should watch, and stay the hell away from EA. So,
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely.
EA's not as bad as Konami.
oh God, don't even get me started on that.
Did you catch the hidden message in Konami's new game? And Hideo Kojima's new game?
No, let's not
There-
talk about that first. We're going to go in order.
No.
What?
There's a hidden message in the trailer for the game that says "fuck Konami." Am I serious?
Oh!
Notice that.
That is freaking awesome. Which game is this? I have to play this now.
Death Stranding.
Just for that message.
Fucking, oh my God. Norman Reedus. Anyways,
Yeah, it's that death game.
it's
whatever
Death
the
Stranding. The one with Norman Reedus in it. Anyways, holy crap. We're going to get straight into what we were interested in EA, which was basically Battlefield. And that's really it. So moving on to
Yeah.
Bethesda.
Okay.
Well, they had something else I wanted to see, but I don't remember what it was though.
Was it Titanfall?
Obviously, it wasn't memorable because it was EA. I blame EA for all my problems.
EA
Well, they
had
did
a
say that
very,
they were
very...
going to do
fault
some
that it's
Star Wars
EA's
game,
fault
I
that
don't-
it's hot in my room.
EA did not have a very
it was
good
the Star
conference
Wars
this year.
thing.
I
Oh,
don't remember exactly what the game was, but
No, there's no new Star Wars game yet, but they're saying that they are working on several. they're working on 5 Star Wars games. We haven't seen gameplay from any of them, but one
Most
of
of
them
them probably
happens to
going to be
be the
shit.
next.
Actually,
One,
no, we did
one of them
see an
happens to be
alpha
the next
footage of
Battlefront.
Lando walking out and a bunch of fucking TIE fighters.
One of these
Well,
one of these Star Wars games happens to be the next Battlefront, which I think it's kind of stupid that they're releasing a new Battlefront that, quote, gives fans what they asked for rather than fixing the old one, which everyone paid for.
I know,
well,
right?
But
that
this
would
is
be
EA. This is EA. They're trying to scam us out of our money. What else is new?
Yeah, we already know this.
that's
Okay,
why we hate EA.
moving on to Bethesda, though. Bethesda opens up with fucking Quake.
Yeah, I'm not
Wait,
a big
I
Quake
don't
fan,
think they
but
opened
still.
up with Quake. Wasn't it something different?
No, it was Quake.
Actually, no, they actually opened up with some new Fallout DLC, actually, from what I remember. Then again, I could be out of order.
No, they didn't open up with Fallout. Fallout came.
It was Quake.
It might have been Quake, I don't remember.
They also, if you didn't notice, and if you don't
It
really
showed up
care about
right before
Wolfenstein,
Quake.
they
It
did.
wasn't Prey though. Prey was later.
Yeah, Prey
Oh,
was
God,
later.
Prey looked freaking amazing.
Let's
Prey's
not
scared
talk about the heart attack yet, because I'm still having a heart attack.
Hell.
But anyways, they did tease Wolfenstein, but they didn't say anything. It just showed up in text, Wolf 3D. So, did anybody ever
Yeah, it showed
play
up
that new
It showed
Wolfenstein
up in
game?
the opening text. It showed up in the opening text for the game, which was interesting. I honestly thought that the opening text reminded me more of Fallout, the DOS computers and whatever.
Right, yeah.
It reminded me of that, so I didn't really bother reading it because I figured it would just be some mumbo jumbo. Then I catch a still cam of it and see that it's all the Wolfenstein games listed in order. One that doesn't have a release date.
Right.
They're all listed there with their dates, but one of them has the date crossed out.
Hmm.
Ain't that interesting?
Holy crap, yeah. You're freaking right. New Colossus. I'm looking at it right now, and yeah, it has a freaking date crossed out. So this might actually be announced next year?
Possibly.
Because, yeah, like you said, we see New Colossus right here, and it's marked out with stars. I'm going to post all these highs and lows links in the description of all the conferences. But yeah, holy crap.
So unless we figure it out sometime at the end of this, what have you of ours, could one of our fans please inform us in the comments which game was actually first in Bethesda's thing? Because it seems none of us can actually remember which game it is.
Well, anyways,
It must not have been very memorable.
or we could always just check it out, and then I could post an annotation saying this was actually first. That being said, so Fallout 4. Let's just go straight into Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is going to get some DLC.
Some fantastic DLC.
DLC that was
Dude,
based off
I'm
of a
going to
mod.
build an elevator. I'm going to build an elevator that its sole job is to lift lift another elevator into the air.
But anyways, it's getting a vault thing. You can build your own vault, which you'd like it was originally a mod.
Yeah, I saw it on the mods when mods first came out. It was in list. I wonder if it'll even have the same number. That ought to be interesting.
Maybe.
They should give credit to the original creator then. But what I'm thinking is, for Bethesda's version, instead of actually building your own vault in game like any other workshop, instead it'll be kind of like Fallout Shelter, entire secondary game mode where you build a vault and experiment on people.
That's what I
It's
think
just
it will
it's just
be.
something to think about.
That's
But
what I
yeah,
think that the new build your own vault will be about.
And I'm going to have so much fun with it, it won't even be legal.
I'm going to be having so much fun with the Rune Goldberg machines, building those.
Hey, speaking about Fallout and Doom is going to be
I'm also going to build a giant pointless machine.
Oh yeah, that's
oh.
what a Rune Goldberg.
But
And I'm
anyways,
hoping it's moddable enough for me to make it turn itself off at the end of its cycle.
uh,
I'm gonna have it set to where it's able to actually turn itself off and then turn itself back on later on.
I really wish I had my own Xbox One so I could play Fallout 4. I'm being dead serious.
You could play it on your piece of shit computer, but I don't expect anything grand from that.
It's not going to be able to play. I know this for sure. But anyways, speaking of Fallout and Doom is going virtual reality.
Yeah, that's interesting, but I'm not entirely confident that the Xbox One can run those games as of yet in 60 frames a second, which is required to prevent nausea when using virtual reality headsets. You
That's
require 60 frames a second twice, which means you need 120 frames.
that's what
The
I
Xbox One
think.
can barely get 30.
That's what I think Project Scorpio is going to be for.
Well, the new Xbox might be able to get 60 frames in Fallout. Maybe. But I don't know about Doom. I did play Doom, and it didn't seem to stutter at all. It seemed to be running in 60 frames as well, but that still leaves the question of, is the current Xbox One capable of running at 120 frames,
I wouldn't
which
say
is,
the
again,
current.
required for VR.
I wouldn't say the current. I would say Project Scorpio. Maybe when it comes out and people have.
Well, what about the Slim? The Slim is more powerful as well.
Well, you're right about that, but I don't know. It really depends on the reviews at this point.
Well, it depends on the hardware in it, more like.
That too, and we would have to look
The
up the
Scorpio's
hardware.
getting some high-end gear, but we don't know what's in the Slim.
That being
I'd
said,
like to know what's in it.
are you intending on getting another Xbox?
I am actually going to try to trade in my current Xbox for the Slim, but I am going to hold off on the Scorpio because it's not necessary for me to have a Scorpio yet.
Yet, being the key word.
Well, maybe to make Elder Scrolls Online actually playable, but I very seriously doubt that more power in an Xbox will help. Because
Right.
honestly, it seems that the playability is being affected by the game itself, not the console.
Well,
Well,
speaking of Doom, Doom is getting Snap Map for the
Yeah.
consoles.
Doom already has Snap Map.
yeah.
It's getting more Snap Map content, is what they said.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm stupid. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I will
And
say
you
this
watched
much
this
though.
all recently too. How bad is your memory?
I'm looking at the notes. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this.
Well, I will say this much though. As far as Bethesda's show, I am actually kind of excited about what's going to be coming out in October for people that already own Skyrim
Oh
Legendary
yes.
or
Oh,
Skyrim
yeah.
Right over that,
DLC.
Stephen. Now, I am all
Skyrim
for
HD
Skyrim Remastered. I am all for it, and I'm going to play the living fuck out of it too. Probably going
Same
to
here.
buy it because I have to on my console.
This will be the
But-
reason why I will get an Xbox One because
But
when I first got Skyrim for the PlayStation 3, I kind of got bored of it like in the first
Well,
10 minutes because I
also
wasn't really
should have been
into it.
It also should have been extremely unplayable. The PlayStation 3 version is the most broken version of the three games.
Yeah. But anyways,
PC was a bad console port, but the PlayStation 3 was even worse.
right. So I'm really looking forward for the remaster because number one, mods. Number
Number
two,
two, I get it for free because I have it on
Mods
Steam.
on consoles.
Well, have all
Building
the
it.
stuff for it.
that's another big thing. Fallout 4 is going to get mods on the consoles.
Fallout 4 already has mods on the console. That released like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
I did not know this, but fuck, we're going to get mods on the consoles with Skyrim. I'm so excited.
That's going to be amazing, and I'm hoping either it's compatible with the original mods for the games, or the mod creators that quit during the fiasco with Steam will return and update their mods for the new game. Because
My God, I hope
really
they do.
want my werewolf mod to work again, and that's one of the guys that quit.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm still kind of pissed off that he quit.
That was my favorite mod. I mean, it still works because the game hasn't been updated in a long time. But if it's
Between-
not going to work on the new game, that's
going to be a bit of an icebreaker there.
yeah.
Or a deal breaker, rather.
But you know what else I have to say? I'm all for Skyrim remaster. I mean, Skyrim is a great game, but you know what would have been far worse an Oblivion remaster, or hell, even
Or
a
even
Morrowind remaster.
Morrowind.
Right.
I would have died if
All
they
of the
said
fans
Morrowind.
wanted those two as well, and we haven't heard anything about that. But I am wondering about something. Something Bethesda said, specifically the people who work on Fallout and Skyrim, said they were working on 3 projects. 2 of them are entirely secret, but because we desperately wanted to know, we have been informed that one of them is Elder Scrolls 6. But we will know nothing about it until it's ready, as their team so loves telling us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm expecting another
my,
year or two for Elder Scrolls
I'm
6 to be
expecting
released.
it at E3 next year, honestly.
Well, my predictions for next E3, though, as far as Bethesda goes, are most likely Elder Scrolls Morrowind or Oblivion being remastered.
That's actually
or-
where I was going with the other 2 projects that are also far away, and we'll be hearing about them before Elder Scrolls 6. I am actually thinking those other 2 projects could very well be remasters of old games.
Hell, they
It-
could even be
They
remasters
might
of,
not be
Elder Scrolls 1 and
remastered.
2.
They might not be remastered Morrowind or Oblivion, but they could also just as likely be remasters of Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
Maybe.
Which would also be something the fans would love to see.
Now, as I'm hearing, we may not get another Bethesda E3 next year, but if we do,
I heard that they were going to put on a showstopper next year.
if
Yeah.
that's true, then expect Elder Scrolls 6.
Or to know the identity of one of the other 2 projects. That would also be great.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be hearing about them before Elder Scrolls 6, as we've been told. Elder Scrolls 6 is the last project.
Really?
These 2 come before it. The
So
secret
maybe
ones.
we'll hear something in a very, very near future.
Fallout 5 confirmed, everyone.
Does anybody here care about Dishonored 2, that being said?
Ooh, that was also a good game. I liked the first game, but never could really get into it because I ran into a lot of, well, very strange issues. Some of them actually worked to my advantage, though. I could basically stand in midair because I blinked towards a wall. Like, you could use blink, aim at a wall really high above you, and then you'll be standing on an invisible platform or whatever when you get there.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
What was
I
that
usually
other
use
game?
that to sneak into buildings. It's teleporting, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. What was that other game that we were seeing on, was it Bethesda or was that Ubisoft that had that game where you could actually reach your arm out or whatever, and then pull yourself over like a grappling hook
That was
with
Dishonored
the
2.
character. Yeah, Dishonored. Yeah,
And
that one
that
looked
is
really
Bethesda.
badass.
Wow, Luna, we were just talking about Dishonored 2.
Sorry, I'm zoning in and out. Okay.
Anyways, I'm not really sure about Dishonored 2. I never played Dishonored 1, but apparently if you've never played Dishonored before, you can still get into Dishonored 2. So,
And also, now would be the best time to get Dishonored 2, because if you act now, we are not being paid for this, folks. If you act now, you can get Dishonored 1 free and start playing immediately when you pre-order Dishonored 2.
Yeah.
for a limited time only.
Please call the 800 number to talk to our bullshit people, because they're gonna just bullshit you all over town.
Fucking hate those commercials.
Just remember though, we are not being paid for this.
Yes, we are not being paid to talk about any of these
We
games.
would like to be paid for this, but we're not.
Bzz, bzz.
I would definitely love to be.
That is a hint to you
Spike.
gaming companies out there. We'd like to be paid.
Spike,
Yeah,
I have just been
We're giving you
informed that
free
we have gotten
advertisement.
Spike. I've just been informed that we have gotten the $10,000 off of that advertisement deal from. Oh, sorry, wrong time, wrong moment.
Wait, we got the 10 grand.
Yeah.
Awesome! Let's go.
Yeah.
on
Woo!
February.
Anyways,
would be
Now,
awesome.
let's not abandon the podcast. These people come here to watch our bullshit.
they do.
Wait, bullshitting?
Okay,
Nobody told me we were bullshitting.
okay.
When aren't-
Let's
when
get
aren't
to
we-
the elephant in the room. The
Wait,
heart
there's an
attack.
elephant? Oh yes.
The one that
Right.
gave everybody a fucking heart attack, and then I'm sitting here like, Spike is sitting here like, wait, is this what I think it is? And then
And I
Luna's
was
like,
oh my
is this
God.
Half-Life
Apparently
3?
we're
And then I'm
entirely
sitting here
out of
like,
the loop.
wait, that's not what
Apparently, all of us were entirely out of the loop for this trailer. Turns out, people in the crowd actually knew what the trailer was about because Prey already existed before this trailer happened.
Yeah, and I'm sitting
This
here
is
like,
a
this
remake.
could be only
And
one
they all
of three
knew what it
things.
was, but we all thought, well, I at first thought it might be a new Star Trek game, and Luna thought it might be Half-Life 3.
4. Or yeah, 3 rather.
Yeah, remember it's 3 that he can't count to.
Yes,
Honest-
I keep forgetting Valve can't count past 3.
I'm going to be honest. I thought that this was going to be the Prey 2 that has been constantly delayed and then officially canceled.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about Prey.
So this
I
is
mean-
a Prey remake.
I mean, hell, they had a shadow head crab.
And the reason I thought it was Star Trek is because, guys, can you honestly watch that trailer and tell me that that man does not look like William Riker?
He kind of does in a way.
Kind of does look like Will Riker.
I mean, you saw him later in their stream. You saw him on stage later in their stream.
Actually, that was
Look at the
Ubisoft.
two side by side. No, wasn't it Star Trek is
Trek
owned
was
by
Ubisoft.
Bethesda. No, Star Trek is owned by Bethesda
Star
right now.
Trek Best Bridge Crew was actually a Ubisoft production.
Oh, that's interesting. You still saw him later, though.
Oh, yeah.
Later.
Well, anyways,
So
Spike
just look at
thought it
those
was Star
two
Trek.
guys.
Luna
They
thought
look
it was Half-Life
exactly
3.
the same.
So
And I thought it was Prey 2.
yeah, I mean, we were like all, oh my god, over this because we didn't know what the fuck we were thinking it was.
Game
I was
still
thinking
looks
of
fun,
three
though.
things, and Half-Life 2 was just on my mind. I'm like, or Half-Life 3 was on my mind.
I
I'm sitting here
started
like,
thinking
this
about
can't be
Half-Life
what I
3
think
when
it
Luna
is.
started freaking out, and then I saw the crowbar and it just clicked.
Yeah.
Really,
I
though,
mean,
that's a monkey
the
wrench,
first-
not a crowbar.
Well, anyway, the first thing that made me think it was what you call it, Half-Life 3 was the orange outfit, the orange jumpsuit. I
Looked
mean,
red to
It's
me.
red.
okay, well I'm colorblind. Fuck you. But anyway, did that not look similar to what was it? What the fuck was that guy's name from Half-Life 1?
Gordon Freeman.
Oh yeah, Gordon. Didn't that look similar to what Gordon was wearing?
No relation to Morgan Freeman. Not at all.
And they're two different people. But
Well,
anyway.
anyways,
And then
Luna's wondering.
the sign on the cup looked very similar to something that was produced by Valve.
It looked like that, it had some reference, and that's what I began to think, holy crap, this
And then
cannot be Half-Life.
And then it really clicked when I saw what looked like a shadow head crab.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck
I
is
was like,
that?
oh my god, it is! And it's like, what? This is not? What? What the fuck? You know?
And then Prey shows up, and I'm like, is it Prey 2? No? Maybe? No, it's not Prey 2.
Just a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake. So, I don't know about this. I'm not... Now that I know what it is, I'm not vaguely excited for it because Prey 2 was canceled. So maybe this might do well for a horror game.
Well, the fact that Bethesda owns it now, we know how much Bethesda cares about the stuff they give to their people. I mean, sure, they care about money. That's obvious. Their DLC is expensive. But at the very least, they give us games we ask for. Can you really say that about any other company out there?
Not really. I mean, for the most part, Bethesda really cares about their customers.
Yeah. And
ZeniMax, not so much, which is why ESO could have been more popular than it is.
Yeah.
Could have been more fun, too.
If
But-
Bethesda actually took over that project, then yeah, it would have been way better.
it's got to be said,
But no,
though.
ESO is very much a fan game from a friend of Bethesda, ZeniMax.
Yeah. Still
But
not
anyways,
very
it's got to
pleased
be
with
said, though. Nobody freaking saw this coming with Prey. And
Well, except for the
Except
people
that
in the
poor
audience.
woman except for that poor woman in the crowd.
the screamer.
Wasn't she screaming?
Yeah.
Yes.
And didn't she somehow become some kind of internet sensation for about all of 5 minutes?
One of the bonus highlights on the highs and lows from GameSpot is the screaming
every
lady.
single person I saw on Twitter was complaining about the screaming woman. They were complaining. They wanted her gone.
I mean, hell, it's no worse than the lady that went to like someplace like Walmart or something like that and found a Chewbacca mask and was screaming all about that, and a whole bunch of people sent her a whole bunch of Star Wars shit.
Oh my god.
But you know what I have to say about EA with their hype train that they attempted to start?
What
Here's
hype
what
train?
I say. The outcome? Train go boom.
The train went boom halfway. No, not even halfway. Just it didn't even start. Just saying, it just blew up right there at the fucking starting station. Actually, no, fuck it. It didn't even reach the starting station. Bitch.
And Steven, of course, although you might know him as a adamant Call of Duty player, he has absolutely no idea where that reference came from.
What reference?
So everyone in the comment section, you may now laugh at Steven.
What reference? What reference?
Outcome, train goes boom. That's a meme that's just getting its feet. And it's from Call of Duty.
Screw Call of Duty.
It's pretty much as bad as press F to pay respects. By the way, everyone, press F to pay respects. Oh, Konami, we knew thee well.
Fuck's sake.
Don't you mean Control FU?
I remember where you got that from. Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, not 3.
No.
Yeah,
Too
that's
late,
where you got
Steven,
that
you
from. The
Yeah,
train
You
go
that
boom.
is.
fucked up. You done fucked up, Steven.
The
No,
train
that
go
is
boom
where
was from Black
the
Ops
train
3.
go boom thing is from Black Ops 3. Press F to pay respects as Advanced Warfare.
Control FU is obviously something else.
Well, anyways, moving on to Microsoft, and they just come out and announce the Xbox One S, which is apparently the Slim. Which they've just come out with it, they showed it off, and they give us $300.
It was coming though.
Yeah,
We all
I mean, the
knew it was
Xbox
coming.
One Slim
$300!
should have been About,
No, I mean it was basically announced a couple months ago.
$300!
Microsoft actually came onto stage saying, "Okay, we know this has been rumored and leaked all over the place, but here
Here you go. Here's the Xbox One S. Give us $300 and it's yours. Oh my God!
you do know that the current Xbox One costs $300, right?
I know!
Right?
That's what pisses me off. No, actually, no. That's
Why does
not
that
what
piss
pisses
you
me
off?
off.
It's the same price, which means you can get it easier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it surprised me,
paying
the
$400
price,
like
because
a-
I
what the
expected
original
a
Xbox One
$4.99 price. No,
Why
not
does this
$4.99.
make you
I'm
mad?
stupid.
Why does this
$3.99.
make you mad? You should be excited.
Yeah, you should actually.
I actually am excited for the Xbox One S because now the Xbox One can go $199 or $150. I'm calling it right now. The Xbox One.
It actually is going to go $150, but GameStop's trade-in deal of $100 is probably still going to stand.
No, I
Which
fucking told
means
them.
I'm not going to have to spend that much when I trade in mine.
I was just at GameStop and I was just talking about the Xbox One S, and I'm sitting here like, I'm calling it right now, $150 for original Xbox One, and they're like, nah, most it's going to get is $199. I'm going to like watch it. I'm calling it right now, $150.
It might go down to $199. I mean, look at the previous gaming systems. Whenever they announce an S, it usually gets like just barely above the price of the current consoles, and then that doesn't change until the next console is announced.
Right. Dana just woke up, by the way, so I'm telling her to join the Discord.
About fucking time.
I'm telling her to join the Discord chat. So hopefully, excuse me.
You know that Dana's computer doesn't work for some reason?
It's been getting better, but anyways, Xbox One S. Holy fucking
Have you told
shit.
her to close Skype when she's running Discord?
I'll tell her to close Skype when she enters. But anyways,
Skype is
didn't
hogging
have-
all her fucking resources.
Yeah.
anyways, what really got me really happy about
This
the
conference
Microsoft
has been brought to you
E3
by the letter F.
was
And
the
also, this content has also been brought to you by the letter U.
well. Anyways, what really got me excited about Microsoft's E3 was the Play Anywhere thing, where if you bought something
Well, we all
on.
knew that was coming too.
Well, I didn't know about it, just saying, so that's something that surprised
Xbox
me.
has been talking about this for years. Windows 10 being able to play Xbox One games. They've been talking about this for a while.
I
but
heard
now
about
they're
it, but I
making it
didn't.
to where when you get the game, you get it on both now, which is great.
Yeah, and I'm really excited, but
And
then again,
also,
I'm kind of
that
upset at the
sooner or
same
later,
time.
They're going to mix their servers. People who are playing on PC will be able to play with people on console as well.
Yeah,
That's coming this year, actually, which is great, and gives me hope for Elder Scrolls Online getting the same treatment.
if that gives the same treatment, so let's just say will this be good competition between Microsoft and Steam?
Maybe.
Because Steam and
might have
Microsoft
to
just
sell
hate
out.
each other.
Yeah, Steam might have to sell out or get lost.
Unless,
Or-
of course,
No, because Steam is partnered with HTC Vive, And Microsoft didn't say anything about the Oculus, surprisingly enough. I was kind of thinking that that they might frickin' partner up with Oculus or something.
Nah, Microsoft is going their own way with VR. Steam should have partnered up with Oculus, though. They would have made more money. The Vive is probably not going to serve them very well because of its outrageous price.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the downfall, but I get the reason
I
behind.
mean, when you have to pay as much as you would for a new computer for a peripheral, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Plus, HTC Vive is as expensive as it is, anyways. So basically, you need to be making like $1,000 a week. But that being
$1,000
said, that being
Money?
said, that
Money?
being said, fuck's sakes, can I finish?
No.
I'm really excited about Play Anywhere. Pay Anywhere. Play Anywhere.
Pay
Um,
anywhere.
Well, this is Microsoft. It basically is pay anywhere.
Yeah, basically. So I'm really, really excited about this, and I can't wait for it. So you guys want to talk about the score real quick because they only talked about like it's going to be really powerful.
It's gonna have a whole bunch of what was it again, Spike? Fuck, I forgot what the hell it was that they called it.
Wait. We talking about the Scorpio?
Yeah,
The Scorpio is going to be having a whole bunch of new state-of-the-art hardware, which basically means the hardware that you're seeing from NVIDIA and AMD that's releasing like soon is probably going to be in it, which means that this console could very well rival PC.
if Challenger was in this chat, he will say and quote this: By the time Project Scorpio's out, PC gaming will be 10 times as better as that.
Can you be sure, though?
You want to get Challenger in here?
Popo training. Don't talk about Popo training.
You want to get Challenger in here to talk about this. Well, it might not be 10 times better than Project Scorpio or whatever the hell I
What
said.
I'm thinking is because since Microsoft and AMD seem to be butt buddies, we're going to be seeing AMD software and hardware in this thing, which means heat. We're
Yeah.
going to be seeing a lot of heat.
So, with Project Scorpio, do you think they've learnt their lesson from Xbox One?
Well, the Xbox One Slim learned its lesson, so I imagine Scorpio will be even better.
But think about it, though. Project Scorpio is going to be probably around, if not a little bit bigger than the original Xbox One.
No, it's not going to be bigger. They haven't said anything about that. They haven't said anything about its size.
So we
What
don't
we do
really
know- What we do know is that its hardware will be 10 times more powerful than the current Xbox One, which could also mean it's a lot more expensive.
Well,
I'm
duh.
thinking maybe around $800. Because the thing about this console is it's a luxury item. It is not the next-gen console. It is not something Microsoft is going to try like hell to sell. It is
Right.
not something you need to play new games.
Right.
So it is going to be a luxury item and extremely expensive as a result.
Don't forget
And-
about the teraflops.
Fuck that, because PC
All
has
of the
more.
teraflops.
PC
Yeah,
has
all
more,
of the
just
flops.
saying. But anyways, fuck, what was I going to say? I want to say that this Project Scorpio is what Microsoft originally envisioned Xbox One to be.
It's what they wanted it to be. It's everything they wanted it to be. Bridging the gap between PC and console, which also makes me wonder, if it might be compatible with a mouse and keyboard. The Xbox One is already confirmed to be compatible with a keyboard, and through some technomancy, can be made compatible with a mouse as well.
Mm-hmm.
But this very technomancy makes it to where your console cannot participate in online gameplay, which therefore makes it to where you can't just smoke everybody just because you have a mouse if you're playing something like that. So the Scorpio will probably have the same limitation, but we might be looking at possible inclusion of mice as peripherals.
Right. You might be right about PC competition, but I'm really doubtful. And I'm a console player.
Nothing will ever beat PC. Nothing will ever beat PC in power. But consoles have always been cost efficient and a great way to just game.
Right.
Without having to work with some expensive, difficult to use piece of hardware. You could just play on a big screen TV with a controller sitting across the room. You can even add other controllers, have more people join you. It's not as limiting as PC is in gaming.
Well, PC, you can actually also play on a big TV with a controller across the room.
Right.
Yes, you could. But can you have everyone else join you in split-screen gameplay?
Well, maybe not split screen, but you can actually play across the net on certain games.
That's a possibility, but then everyone would need their own extremely expensive pieces of hardware. I think consoles are good for people who don't want to go completely hardcore into gaming. Like, I'm a good gamer.
Let me rephrase that. With Saints Row,
I am not somebody who plays those quote-unquote casual games on iPad and their phones and whatever the fuck. I am a hardcore gamer, but I don't... I don't focus on power or skill or anything like that. I just play to have fun. That is entirely my goal. Just having fun.
See, this
and
is
consoles
what
can accomplish that.
Basically, you're a casual, hardcore gamer.
Yes. I'm a casual gamer that plays very difficult games. Like, hell, I play Dark Souls. I beat Dark Souls 3 before someone who's been playing Dark Souls their entire lives beat it. Billy.
Well, this is what PC gaming has always argued, because, if you're not playing on PC, then you're a fucking peasant. And I'm sitting here like, well, console is fucking cost efficient. And they're like, no, PC's better, PC this, PC that, PC blah, 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 blah.
Challenor would agree that consoles are cost efficient, but he would not agree with their playability. He is okay with me playing on console, though. He is aware that I do, and he is aware that when I'm living together, there will still be console. I might even convince him to have fun in multiplayer games with me, like Rock Band.
I mean, like,
This was not paid for by Rock Band.
But because Microsoft is doing the Xbox One and Windows 10 thing, Challenor and you could still technically have fun while he's doing PC and you're doing Xbox One.
Yeah, we'd both be playing the same game, and it would be technically split screen without the split screen.
Exactly.
I've always hated that, actually. It makes it really hard to see.
Exactly. And this is what I've been waiting for a really long time. Well, not the Scorpio,
Which is what the Wii U accomplished. The Wii U made it possible to split screen without actually splitting the screen. Player one will always get their own independent screen to play on, with the exception of Mario Kart. Mario Kart does not allow this functionality. It only mirrors the screen.
But anyways, going back to Project Scorpios, was there anything else that anybody wanted to add?
Well, as far as the Microsoft show, Crash.
Oh my God! Yeah, we
have not touched on Crash yet, and oh my God, I can't believe they're actually making another Crash. and not
Well,
just Crash.
hold
But
on.
they're not
We
making
haven't
another
gotten there
Crash.
yet.
They
Um,
haven't actually revealed a new Crash. They've said they're remaking all of the originals.
Yeah, they're remastering,
all
but whatever.
of them.
We're still talking about Microsoft though. So
No,
wait.
that was Sony. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
that was
wait.
Sony? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, I was wondering for a second, what the hell are you talking about, Crash?
Yeah, we're still talking about Microsoft. Let's not excite anybody for a little bit, for a minute. Damn.
Okay, my bad. Oh, we didn't touch on Halo Wars 2.
We were about to mention that,
I
actually.
don't play the original.
I've
Halo
never played
Wars
Halo Wars
2?
before.
I did
Actually,
play the
look-
original, and I did not like it.
Well,
I heard
I
it was
actually
crap.
played it. I actually liked the skirmishes part better than the actual campaign, to be honest. But that's
Right.
mainly because of the fact that I'm an RTS gamer. And
Let's see. Xbox,
I
new
am
Xbox Live
a,
features.
I am a strategy gamer. I play games like Civilization. I have never really played any real RTS games, aside from casual ones, back before I actually had a powerful console.
yeah, and to be
I
honest,
used to play games on an iPad, you know.
Right.
Halo Wars is almost, and I'm saying this within the biggest stretch of the word, almost as good as the Nintendo 64's version of StarCraft 1.
Right.
But Halo Wars 2, it's actually quite a bit better. It actually is just about as good as the first StarCraft, but
Right.
a lot prettier.
So, new Xbox Live features.
Wasn't
I am
Cortana going to the Xbox?
I am hyped, except I'm worried about something.
What's
If
that?
Cortana starts doing on Xbox everything she did to me on PC.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
She touched me in places.
Yeah, that's still going to continue to happen, and I'm not a big fan of Cortana.
Well, I am actually interested to see if she fixes the voice recognition software in the Kinect, because the Kinect is a powerful piece of machinery, but its voice recognition software leaves a lot to be desired.
Now, I like that you could start like the little clubs. Like, for example, we can do Roundtable gaming for Xbox Live, or or we could like look up certain groups for like certain games. I think that's like really cool.
Yes, that's a feature that Nintendo's had for a while with the Wii U, and now that the Xbox is getting it, I imagine people are going to be more social than ever, maybe
Yeah.
less angry at each other. Here's hoping for that.
And maybe the console versus PC wars might eventually be over.
There is no real war. It's just some people like their platform way too much. They
Yeah.
get very vocal about it.
Thus, the console versus PC/console wars.
The console wars were made up.
Yeah.
They were designed as a marketing ploy. Anyone who actually fights in these wars is an idiot.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I'm a cross-platformer.
Exactly. I have a PlayStation 3, an Xbox 360, a Wii U, an Xbox One, and a PC. I play on all platforms. And eventually I
Don't
am
forget
planning
your
on getting a
3DS.
PlayStation 4. Well, that's still with the Nintendo family.
Well,
That's
whatever.
mobile gaming, though. So
Well,
I guess I get
still
you there.
it's still a form of console, though.
All right, so
It's far more powerful than a tablet is, I'll give you that.
Yep.
all right, so a couple of the games that Microsoft just showed us, and they announced Forza Horizon 3. Holy crap! Dead Rising
I have been
4.
thinking of, for a while now, getting Forza Horizons 2 on the Xbox One, but I've never actually managed to justify its purchase. Forza Horizons 3 just might break my resolve, and I am going to buy it, justification or not.
I might, yeah. If I get an Xbox One, well, actually, no. When I get an Xbox One, I will end up getting
Now,
Forza
as for
Horizon
the
3.
reason I need a Slim is my Xbox One only has 300 and something gigabytes of space, and it is currently uh, playing Friends with an external hard drive that holds 750 gigabytes of space. That is a terabyte total for you people who are terrible at math. Go back to school.
Go
um,
back to school.
you know who
School
you
is
are. Go back. You go back to school.
Well, actually, go back to homeschool. Don't go to public school. Public school is bullshit.
Anyway, um, I need the Slim for its internal terabyte and possible 2 terabyte hard drive
I've already got a
because I
terabyte in my
have
Xbox.
a lot of games and I have nearly filled up my allotted terabyte of space.
My God.
I
Oh.
have like 98% filled, something like that.
How
Oh,
many
I've
fucking
only got
games do you have?
I've only
Well,
got
these
70.
are next gen games and they take up a lot of space. If Luna actually installed all of my downloaded games,
I would not be able to install them all.
he'd probably only have 300 gigabytes of space left.
I would not be able to install them all.
All right. Well, how about Dead Rising 4?
Not
Zombie game.
interested.
Fuck
I
it.
don't like Dead Rising.
All right.
I've never liked Dead Rising since playing the second one.
Moving forward, Scalebound. We got gameplay.
Scalebound still looks fantastic. There's nothing they can say about that game that's gonna make me not want it.
Dude,
Okay, maybe one thing, but I'm very
Triceratops
seriously
flamethrower?
doubting that they're gonna do it.
no, it's not. It's not that. It's the game looked rough. It looked really rough.
Dude, what do you mean by rough? Do you mean it looks hard?
No, it looks like I don't know. I mean, look at how you saw how the dragon was flying, right?
Vaguely.
That's how dragons fly when they're stationary. Have you ever played Divinity 2?
No.
In that game, you get to play as a person who can transform into a dragon. It's a wyvern, yes, but still, when a dragon is, even when a bird does this, when a flying creature is staying stationary, they hover diagonal to the ground, and their wings sort of flap in a swirling motion.
It just
Like they curve forward on each flap.
It
That
just-
allows them to stay both in the air and stay in place instead of moving.
it just looked really rough to me. Or actually, no, maybe. Well, if it wasn't for Scalebound looking really rough, fucking.
The
What
thing
was the
is,
other game?
You only got a view of the dragon from the back.
Yeah,
You need to go and rewatch their first trailer.
yeah,
and
I know,
See the dragon flying from the side.
I know, and Final Fantasy looked really rough. Just saying.
Dude, that Final Fantasy game looked the way it did because that guy was really bad.
I
And
know.
that's saying something. He's a developer.
That's also saying something.
And he's
like
bad at his own game.
the majority of the
That makes
games,
me wonder if
besides
the Dark
freaking.
Souls people can't even beat their Dark Souls games.
Well,
That being said, the majority of the games, besides Forza Horizon, because people don't really forget how to drive cars in video games, but the majority of the games looked like that it was either lagging or that there was a couple of problems with it. Excuse
Well, I
me.
didn't see lag.
It might have been just me because I was watching it on the TV instead of.
Your stream might have been lagging.
It might have been, yeah, it might have been the stream, but again, I was
Yeah.
I was watching the TV version, not the internet version. So it might have been Spike TV's fault.
Well, the people streaming it in the first place were actually having some technical difficulties. Like, Twitch completely broke when gameplay of Battlefield 1 began.
Yeah,
It just broke.
it did break. Oh, and one more game that we're all looking forward, and we got gameplay. We got gameplay. We got a fucking we had freaking two teams end up against each other, even though they looked like YouTube stars. I don't care.
And
we got to see
celebrities.
gameplay of Sea of Thieves.
And we saw celebrities on Battlefield 1.
Well, we're not talking about EA. We're talking
I don't
about
really care
Microsoft
about
and
Battlefield.
gameplay of Sea of Thieves.
Which one? Oh yeah, that was
The
the
pirate
one-
game.
Something we've been looking at last year's E3.
Well, they showed us a supposedly gameplay trailer, which nobody believed, and now we finally get
hell?
gameplay.
Yeah. We still have to set up a crew for that, though.
My God, I
By the way, I call weapons.
I really cannot wait for this game.
I'm not great at organizing people, but I am great at rallying them. I can't tell you I can't tell you what to do to be tactical and win, but I can damn well get your blood pumping.
So you're a second mate?
So I'd be a good
No,
first
he's
mate.
First mate.
I'd
Most
be a good
likely the
first
person
mate.
that's
We
driving the ship.
need someone that's very coordinated to be the captain.
And if it wasn't for the
Not
fact
you.
that Chalinor isn't into console gaming, I would
Sea
say
of Thieves
Chalinor.
might make an appearance on PC as well because of Play Anywhere.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
might be
Could make
it might be
an
a Play
appearance
Anywhere
in,
game.
Windows Store.
Which, if it is, then Chalinor's the captain.
And if he doesn't want to, he might end up being the freaking what's it called? Boat steerer?
Navigator.
No, the guy who drives the boat.
That's the captain.
Yeah, that's the captain.
The captain actually drives the boat when it comes to boats. There is
Yeah.
no helmsman. There is no
The only-
helmsman.
The
on
only other
boats.
time
Sure.
that the captain is not driving the ship
Well,
is when
there
the
actually
first mate is taking
a
it.
There actually is a helmsman that'll take their place if the captain's not there.
Yeah, and the captain really only drives the ship whenever he really feels like it, for the most part.
Yeah,
So then
the
it'd be me. I'm
helmsman
the
would be
captain.
appointed. Anyway, since this game is completely modular, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You saw how bumblefuck those YouTube people were.
Yeah.
Supposed
You can
YouTube
do whatever
people.
you can do whatever the fuck you want. That means that it doesn't really matter who's driving the ship. I'd probably do great at driving it, but
That's why I say that
don't
Spike should be
don't
the
count on me to give you orders.
So Spike would just drive the ship. I'd give orders and whatever. I don't even care. I'd be a good captain anyways. Moving on.
You'd be a terrible captain if you decide to stand on the front of the ship the entire time you're giving orders.
Actually, I think that that Steven should actually be in the crow's nest.
What?
We need someone with a good eye up there. Someone who can see well.
All right, getting back
really?
to E3
Definitely not
stuff.
my father then.
Ubisoft had a really good conference, and they started out with the most unnatural thing I've ever seen.
Which one?
It was that dance game, Just Dance.
Oh yeah. Oh, I will have to say this much about Ubisoft. My God, oh God, what was it? South Park. What was the new game's called?
Fractured
Fractured-
Butthole.
Oh yeah, Fractured Butthole. Thank you. That actually looked freaking awesome.
I know. I mean,
Hey.
Ubisoft's conference, I thought that was better than Bethesda's.
Nah, they were actually about even.
No, Ubisoft is just very bad, especially when they showed off the
Watch Dogs
Assassin's
2.
Creed movie.
Oh, the movie.
Well, of course they had to
Yeah.
talk about the movie. And they freaking
mean,
announced a
the
Watch
fact
Dogs
that-
movie.
The fact that they're making a movie, though, is what sickens me.
I mean,
It might be a good movie, though.
Movies made in the wake of a video game don't ever do good. It's just
Very
like trying to make
rarely
a
do.
movie out of a book. No, video game movies have never done good. Ever.
Well,
Never. But book
well,
movies sometimes do good.
Tell that to the
well.
World of Warcraft movie, which
I
was
haven't
actually
seen that
good.
yet. So
Dude,
no
I've heard
spoilers.
from all of the people that actually play World of Warcraft, they hated it.
I I need to actually play or watch it first before I can actually have any judgment on that game.
I might
Or
go
movie,
watch
rather.
it. I might go watch it like
And
really, really
actually,
soon.
Warcraft, the movie, is actually supposed to start at the beginning and work its way to World of Warcraft, from what I've heard.
Hmm.
But
It supposedly gives out a lot of the lore to World of Warcraft. Which,
hopefully,
you
if
know,
they actually got it right.
yeah. So I'm looking
But-
forward for it.
But
And
I
it's-
will say
it's
this
out right
much, though,
now,
about
so-
video games and movies. There's actually one movie that I
Oh, by
actually
the way,
liked that was
Steven,
actually.
I figured I should inform you about this. Tomorrow, my dad and I are going to see X-Men. Do you wish to tag along?
Oh dear
Hell
God!
yeah.
Why?
You'll be paying for your own ticket if you do. I can inform my dad.
Yeah, I can go. I won't be doing anything tomorrow.
Okay.
Have fun with that, you people.
So we're going to go see X-Men and not Finding Dory.
My dad doesn't like cartoons. I didn't even bring up Finding Dory to him.
Blasphemy!
But Finding Dory.
Your dad
We
is
can see
blasphemous.
We can see that on our own time, Stephen. By the way, I now own Zootopia, and that means you do too, Luna.
No, I
But if you
don't.
plan on watching it on the Xbox,
I
Luna,
checked it.
it doesn't download. Check movies and
I
whatever.
did.
You did?
It's not there.
Well, damn.
Well,
Unfortunately,
anyways,
that's one of the few things that we don't share. Apparently.
Well,
Well,
damn.
Well, anyways,
I know,
going
right?
back to the Ubisoft's E3, let's
We're
see.
gonna have to save
Good
the.
movie, though.
We're gonna have to save.
I
the
can
Star
download
Trek
it on
thing
my
for the end.
computer. I can download it on my computer and break all the rules and share it with you guys. But the problem is, I can download it, probably give you the file. The file might run, but I could also stream it. And if I stream it, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your internet.
Well, anyways, going back to Ubisoft's E3, a couple of things that happened. They showed a couple of VR stuff.
Hey, save the one thing for last.
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
For Honor?
No. Star Trek.
Oh, I was actually getting ready to mention Star Trek.
Save that for the last or for the end of Ubisoft.
Ah,
But
fine.
what if the world ends before we get that far?
I'm sure we.
I don't
we'll
think
just die.
that
Hold on, let me
I
go
don't
take my
think that
cat
we'll ever-
upstairs.
Spike. I don't think that we'll ever be that lucky for the world to end in our lifetime.
Oh my God, the world's ending!
Oh dear God, we're lucky. But, yeah, anyhow, Ubisoft did have a few games that actually looked pretty interesting, but Watch Dogs though was
Watch
not
Dogs
one
is
of
a
the.
trap. Watch
let's
Dogs
not
is a
watch-
trap
let's not
because
talk
it's
about Watch
set up
Dogs. I wanna
exactly
see-
like the first game.
I want to see more
I-
gameplay.
I am only interested in Watch Dogs when we see real gameplay. Nothing Ubisoft shows us can be trusted.
Yeah,
I
We
wanna
need
s-
to
yeah.
see this directly from players.
Yeah,
So
I need to
until the
see
game
more
is
gameplay.
released, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I need to see more gameplay.
I tried
and,
the
you know,
original Watch Dogs. It was like
Luna,
Grand
I
Theft Auto
returned
on
it in a
crack.
month. I returned it in a month. No, it wasn't even Grand Theft Auto on crack. It's Grand Theft Auto if it smoked weed.
Well,
No,
anyways,
no. Grand Theft Auto, if it
Because it
smoked
was
weed,
slow.
was
No, it was slow, lethargic, and just all over bad.
Spike.
so wouldn't
if-
it be meth?
If Grand Theft Auto had actually,
That's weed.
no, Spike.
Isn't that Saints
If,
Row?
yes, that's what I was trying to get at, but you people
Saints
wouldn't.
Row is Grand Theft Auto on crack. We actually like Saints Row.
Jesus
Hey.
Christ. Going back to
Hey.
E3,
Pothead here. I like pot. Pot actually makes Saints Row really fun and really hilarious.
let's see.
And
What did you
half
guys
of the
think
jokes
about
you have to
Eagle
be high to
Flight?
be able to get.
I got them anyway.
What did you guys think about Eagle
Granted,
Flight?
I'm a child.
Eagle Flight?
Yeah.
Bleh. It's Team
Well,
Fortress
that
with
game actually already exists. That game actually already exists. What was announced is that it's coming to console.
That looks really good, though.
Eagle Flight
And
is basically
something else you want to know, Steven? It's almost exclusively VR.
Really?
It's virtual reality. Can you imagine playing that game in virtual reality? I mean, yeah, the graphics suck, but that's probably why. And
It's virtual reality. Who cares about the graphics? I want to fly as a fucking bird.
And the thing is, you get to experience flight through your own eyes.
Exactly.
That probably might make you sick your first time.
I don't fucking care.
Recommend.
I want to fly as a fucking eagle. I've always wanted to fly as an eagle.
Well,
I
here's
prefer
what I have to
flying as
say
a
about it.
dragon, but
Well,
Well,
anyways,
Here's what
Eagle
I got
Flight looked really
to say
good
about
on
Eagle Flight.
console. Just saying.
Eagle Flight is basically Team Fortress with eagles.
I don't care. Not really, because there's no class system.
Well, whatever.
that door was glowing. I'm going through a glowing door, guys.
Don't go through
What
the
are you
light!
playing?
I'm playing ESO still.
All right. Anyways, South Park, Fractured But Whole. Holy crap!
Yeah,
Did you know that originally, the Avengers wanted their movie to be called Fractured But Whole, and South Park got it first, so they had to call it Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the best part, the best thing.
Yeah.
That they actually got a hold of it first.
I haven't
the
played Stick of
hilarious
Truth.
part is that's actually what they wanted it to be. They
Are you
actually
kidding
did
me?
want that title, but not the way South Park is doing it. In South Park's version, there's no space. If you've noticed,
Well,
there
then
is
they would have
no
been able to do it.
space. But in the Avengers movie, there would have been a space there. See, the weird thing is, even though there's no space between the two words, they're still spelled like you'd
Slightly
think they would
different.
be. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still spelled B-U-T instead of B-U-T-T. They're still spelled like it's a phrase, but
Well, like I say though,
they're put
mean-
together on the case to make it look like it's one word.
like I said though, they'd be able to do it because there would be no copyright infringement there.
Well,
they're
No,
spelled slightly
copyright
different.
infringement is on the title. Slightly different isn't enough when it comes to just adding a space.
anyways, I haven't played Stick of Truth. I still want to play Stick of Truth
I have played Stick
What
of
the
Truth. I
hell,
have not beaten
Steven?
it yet.
because
And
I have
I'm
it for
excited
PC.
for Fractured Butthole.
I have it in my Steam library,
I'm
but it
actually
plays
more
really
excited
slowly on my
for
computer.
Fractured Butthole because of its plot. Its plot is actually better than the Stick of Truth.
I heard it
I mean,
was.
the Stick of Truth has a good plot too, but
It
dude,
does.
superheroes.
I
Yeah.
know, and that's what I really can't wait for.
The only thing that I have to bitch about the Fractured Butthole is the combat system. They changed it up a little bit, and now it's actually.
I
tactics.
like it.
Yeah, I like
looks
it, too.
more like an RTS. I figured you'd like that too.
No, it's not exactly an RTS. It's
not
actually
really.
basically a weird formula between tactics and
Actually,
real-time
you know what
strategy.
it reminds me of?
It looks like
It
Civilization.
reminds me. It
No,
reminds
I'm
me
sorry.
of Mega
No, it's-
Man and it reminds me of the Mega Man Battle Network games and
it kind of
Yeah,
reminds
what's that?
me of Final Fantasy Tactics in real time.
and Final
Ah.
Fantasy.
Well-
like if you took those two games and threw them together, it would kind of remind me of that.
Well, remember it's still turn-based, so
Yeah, it is still.
It's actually
turn-based.
still turn-based.
yeah.
You get one movement
Okay, then.
per turn, unless you're a class that can move more than once. Probably the speedster.
Okay, well,
So they haven't
And-
removed that.
And you get attacks
Well-
per turn too. It's the same thing as abilities.
in that case, it's still basically Final Fantasy Tactics then.
Well, either way, it's going to be a really good game, and I can't wait for it.
I kind of wish that they would have actually stuck with the original battle system.
I'm
But that's
glad.
just me.
I'm kind of glad that they changed it up just for the superhero thing.
I mean, it's superheroes. The battle has to be different.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
at this
I give
point.
you
But you know what I don't understand?
Hmm.
Both versions of Butters is in this one. I don't understand the context
the
behind that.
Commander Chaos
He's both
and
a villain and he's the hero guy who is with Coon and friends. He's both of them at the same time. I don't know how they're going to make that work. Or maybe
Okay.
it's not at the same time. Maybe that's a story progression thing. But when they
I
showed
think it might actually be a thing
when
where
they showed it to us, it looked like he was both.
I think
Okay.
it might be a thing where he's a bad guy in the end, but also
So-
a good guy in the beginning,
So
and somewhere in the
possibly,
midpoint it changes
so
over.
possibly we might be seeing trailer shenanigans where they always script and change their game just to show, just to make people like it.
Yeah.
Because apparently not showing a game's true colors doesn't or makes them like it or something. I don't understand the logic behind that.
But
Why
hey,
they
we-
think that
Well,
lying
that's all
makes
marketing
us like their game.
department.
But hey, we got a little bit of gameplay from it.
Oh yeah, and that was actually really cool though. What little we actually got to see of it.
Yeah. Well, moving on. Ghost Recon Wildlands was it was an obviously rehearsed script
Because
nobody talks like that. Nobody.
Was that the one with the space combat?
No, that was the one with the obviously rehearsed script.
Steven,
Oh,
me and
yeah.
you playing Halo on heroic difficulty, we didn't even talk that much to each other.
Spike, we were
To
in the
tell
middle
us-
of
to
fucking
tell each
shooting
other
the
what was
fucking
going
horde.
Yeah, we were like wrecking everything, and we still didn't talk that much.
We were screaming our heads off, just like, ah!
No, I was fine. You were the one that was freaking out.
Ah!
Well, that's because that's Steven, by the way. But that's
Well,
beside the point.
anyways, Ghost Recon looks really good. The gameplay looks really good, and besides the obviously rehearsed script, and nobody talks like that. Yeah,
Well,
ever.
The thing about Ghost Recon is similar to Watch Dogs, because the first game really didn't kind of do it for me. I don't trust any other game in their series, and this is just another game in Ghost Recon series. And I still haven't gotten over how bad the first one was. So
I haven't played the first one, so I couldn't really say anything. But I just have to say that
I think that they tripped walking out the door is what happened. Their first game was a total flop, but every game since then might have been good. I don't know. I haven't given the other games a chance. I'm just too torn up about the first one.
well, either way, I'm still looking forward for Wildlands. Either way, so it might be good, it might not. If it happens to be a bomb, then oh well. I think the Division had some mention.
Hey, Luna, I just figured out something that's really interesting.
What's that?
You know what's great about being a sorcerer with a summon? I can heal my own summon
Yeah.
because I have a healing staff. I'm a healer with a summon pet guardian. I can heal my guardian, so I no longer have to worry about it dying. And now, if only I could give it shields too. I wish I could.
Now, as far as ESL goes, though, Spike, from what I do remember, my character actually had a skill in its skill tree that actually allowed for any damage that I do also heals both me and my minion.
A bunch of the skills have been changed since you last played.
Well, yeah, that's what,
Now
about
there
2
actually
years
is a
ago
way
now?
to heal both you and your minion. It's the minion's skill. While the clan fear is summoned, if you activate it again, activate its skill while it's summoned, it'll heal both of you for a tremendous amount of magicka for the cost. But that doesn't actually matter much when you have a shit ton of magicka to begin with.
Now, before we move on to the biggest games of Ubisoft's conference, did anybody really care about the length of Ubisoft's conference? Because it was about 2 hours long.
They had big games. Did I fall asleep or something?
For
Well,
Honor?
they had their so-called big game, Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, everyone's
Honor?
hyped about that, and I am just... Okay, For Honor is good, but I wouldn't call that big. That's like an indie game.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, anyways, did anybody really care about the length of Ubisoft's conference? Because it was about 2 hours long.
Well, I always enjoy seeing new games. I am very easily hyped. But I don't join hype trains unless I actually like the game. So I enjoyed getting to see all of the new stuff that's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the stuff I didn't like, I also got to enjoy from an artistic point of view. Like Watch Dogs, for instance. Say
Yeah.
what you want about the shitty quality of that game, of that game's franchise at least. We don't know anything about the new one yet.
And Ghost
Well,
Recon.
we know some,
you
but
like.
not all.
Say what you like. No, we know what they showed us at E3. That
Yeah.
you've seen the first game, Luna. You've played it. You know that what they show us at E3 isn't true.
Yeah,
right.
I know.
So, one of the big games, well, I'm not going to
Anyway,
call it a big game,
Say
because
what
it's
you want.
actually
You
virtual
can at least
reality.
enjoy the art. You can actually enjoy the art of their city, what they created. You can actually enjoy it. Same with the first one, you could say. The art of a living, breathing city that you're just happen to be standing in. You can see people living out their own lives. That's always been really cool. No matter how shitty the gameplay is, the game had a value to it.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. Virtual reality was mentioned at almost every single one of these conferences, including
Well,
Ubisoft.
that's because it has been confirmed, thanks to Microsoft being so proud to say so. There will be no next-gen consoles. We're just moving on in hardware now, which means virtual reality is going to be the next generation of gaming. And
Yeah.
I am very much looking forward to it. It might push virtual reality into evolving, even.
That being said, let's talk a
augmented
little bit
reality.
about Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Oh, yes. And the fact that Geordi and Riker were there.
All I have to say is, make it so, Steven.
Yeah.
No, and make it so, Mr. Sulu.
Anyways, I'm
You've
looking forward
seen
for
Next
this game.
Generations, right?
I don't remember,
Well,
but
yeah.
In Next
Or make it
Generations,
so
he
number
said,
one, yeah.
make it so #1, and also, when it came to the helm, it was just make it so, and sometimes he called them by their name.
Yeah, good point.
well, anyways, that being said, holy crap, Star Trek Bridge Crew looks amazing.
And
I'm giving her all she's got, Cotton.
who else here knew that the very moment they put Geordi LaForge in the engineering section in this gameplay preview, that he would be amazing at it? Who else immediately knew that he would be
I did.
amazing?
Okay, it's Geordi. What else do you have to say?
He practically invented it.
Okay, so Steven,
Next to him, the only
Next
other
to-
person who is a good engineer is Scotty.
just to clarify, you will be paying for your own ticket, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I told the dad. Okay.
That's
What you told the dad. Just saying.
dad?
The dad.
I said to dad, but I said it
To
with an
the
A.
dad. The dad.
Southern.
The
I am
dad.
Southern.
The dad.
I said ta.
The dad.
T-A.
Dad.
The dad. I will post. I
The
will
dad.
make fun of you. Anyways, we're running out of
I know.
time, so let's
Hey.
move on to For
Bitch,
Honor.
we can go overtime. This is E3.
Yeah,
I know.
This is E3. We have to do overtime, dude.
I
And
know,
even
but
if you
I don't
have
want to
spend
go-
it-
Bethesda went overtime. Why can't we?
Actually,
even if you have to split this into 2 episodes, that's okay.
well, anyway, I kind of intended to make multiple episodes, but because we've been talking for an hour 19. I expected this to last for 3 hours, not an hour and 19 minutes. But anyways, we've gotten so far. I'm going to probably just use annotations to splice up the video in a way. But anyways, moving on to For Honor. We got a storyline trailer.
Is great. For Honor is great and all, but really all it makes me feel like is basically someone took the idea of Civilization 5 and
gave it a combat system.
Made an over-shoulder the view game, or an over-the-shoulder view version of it without all of the tactical features.
No, actually, it's
because
so they put
it's not like medieval warfare. It's kind of like a mixture of everything, and it's
a mix between Vikings,
Viking
medieval,
samurais, and knights.
And samurai.
What I expect to see next revealed from them is super spies, because everyone loves that hacking.
Yes.
Oh, you mean ninja?
We're going to skip Watch Dogs because we already we were just talking about that.
We're not touching that until it releases.
Yeah.
Which one?
The Watch Dogs 2.
Oh, fuck that.
How about Grow Up?
Grow Up? That actually looked moderately entertaining.
It looks fun, but I don't like its premise. It wants me to grow up, and I don't want to.
All right, and last but least,
playing our video games. Damn it!
Last but least, Steep.
God, I hated
that game looks fun, but it's too reminiscent of SSX for me.
It looks fun to an
SSX
extent.
is what I grew up with sport games.
Right.
SSX was my bitch.
Right.
And I'm actually glad to know that recently my favorite SSX title is now backwards compatible on the Xbox One.
Cool.
I just need to find it now.
Well, the games that I grew up that were sports games, the games that I grew up with sports games were the backyard baseball, backyard football.
Oh yeah, that too. But I the first game I played was SSX.
Right.
And so I love snowboarding. I love that big old mountain, especially the one that I'm talking about. The SSX I'm talking about is its name is X because it's like a quote-unquote remake of the first few games, but it features a fully open world, gigantic three-peak mountain that you can completely explore from top to bottom. That said, since you can't actually get off your snowboard, you have to do so from top to bottom every time. You can't go backwards.
Right. Steep
can't we climb back up?
Steam looks like it's going to be one of those games where you
reminds me of that, and it's just really cool that it reminds me of that. But it also adds a new flavor.
Yeah.
You can die.
Oh. Well,
that
anyways,
guy in the trailer hit a tree and legitimately died.
Steep looks like it'll be one of those games where the only things that you'd be able to do is a bunch of freaking challenges that can be set by friends or the community.
No, Steep is going to be all about exploration and the experience of the mountain. You didn't get what they were talking about, did you?
Well, I got that aspect.
SSX as well.
I got that aspect.
That's why I like it so much.
Excuse me. But anyways, it just looks like it'd be one of those really cool trick-making games or whatever. You know,
it would be nice to challenge your friends.
Yeah.
Because like in SSX, I used to do tricks that there's no way in hell I'd ever be able to repeat them.
Right.
Because I just bumblefucked my way into doing something amazing. I did that a lot, actually. And in this, I can actually capture that and make it a challenge.
Right.
No one's going to ask me to do it a second time.
All right. Before we move on to the best of the best, should we talk about Nintendo?
Nintendo's conference wasn't really a conference. We don't really need to go into detail on that because they did it for us.
Yeah. So
Over
basically,
the course
all we
of,
got from it was Legend of Zelda and
But
Pokemon.
what I do like, though, is that in this new Legend of Zelda game, it's more of an RPG game in which you get to control and change your gear, and it's just a fully open world RPG, and that's the first time Zelda's ever done this, and it's a great thing. No, it's the first one.
Well,
You've never actually been able to fully Well, a fully open world, yes, it's the second time. Well, third if you count
Well,
near end game and Twilight Princess, but yes, it is the second.
Right.
Second time.
Well,
they've done
actually, I take that back. If we include the handheld
Ocarina
Zeldas,
of Time
then
really doesn't
maybe.
count, though. Ocarina of Time also really doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't really count Ocarina or Majora's Mask, but as far as counting open world Zelda, actually, I do take back what I
The
said.
only one we can
because-
really think of, though, because it's the biggest, it's the only one that feels the same as this Zelda. The only one we can think of is Wind Waker.
Right.
It's the only one that matches this game on its scale.
And what about the
Well,
Pokemon
maybe
games?
Yeah.
Link to the
Pokemon,
Past is
yeah.
big, but it's not that big.
What about Pokemon? I'm sorry, Legend of Zelda DX.
Oh, I've never even heard of that one.
It was on the Game Boy, and it very briefly came to the NES, but nobody really knows very much about the original Zelda. But
All right. Well,
then there's also Seasons and Ages.
like I
Those
said, we
also
didn't really
weren't
get
very
much from.
large scale.
We
Well,
didn't,
yeah, but they were still open world.
well, anyways, we
But
didn't
anyway,
get much
what
from.
I'm thinking of is
Nintendo.
that you can now fully customize your armor and gear, which means there's probably going to be an armor rating system and a damage system for your weapons. Like, can you imagine upgrading your bow? The hero's
That
bow
would be
has
awesome.
always been a
One of two types
it's
of
always
ammunition.
been like one of the most pivotal items in the game, second only to the Master Sword, and
third only to
And
the
now-
what you call it, the hook shot.
and now you're able to get different kinds of bows. It looks like,
Right.
Ooh.
and possibly there might even be gear different to the Master Sword. Like, instead of just having 2 or 3 swords in this game, you could have hundreds.
All
Ooh,
right.
that would be
Well,
awesome.
that being said, we
But
didn't
it
really
also
get
might
much from.
mean that
Yeah!
a weight system will be included.
We didn't get
And
much from
a weight
Nintendo.
system could be bad
So-
for Zelda.
Moving on to the biggest of the biggest, and in my personal opinion, this is my personal opinion, Sony stole the show. God of War!
Yes, God of War,
God of War!
freaking awesome.
And
I-
Crash.
Yeah, and Crash.
Holy crap.
Oh,
I was
And,
screaming my head off for God
I
of War
don't
and
think
Crash.
Sony stole anything. I think they just tied with Bethesda and Xbox because
yeah.
really everyone did fantastic this year except
Oh, yeah.
Ubisoft
Oh, yeah.
and
And EA.
But
Yeah,
but
completely
everyone
bombed
did
next
fantastic
to
this year, and Nintendo didn't even bother trying to compete. So
They what Nintendo should have just freaking brought out the NX, and that would have at least got them to EA's line.
No, EA even was knocked down by Nintendo, even though Nintendo didn't even really try.
Yeah. Well, anyways, holy
Because
crap,
EA.
we haven't gotten God of War 3 was released in 2010 for PlayStation 3, and I don't
now,
even know when
6 years later, we actually get to train his son.
Yeah. Holy crap! Or his
I mean-
supposed son.
Well, what we assume to be his son, anyway.
He calls him father, so we're just saying. I can't
Still,
wait.
the
for
fact
this
that
game.
he actually has
family.
But
Yeah.
I do have to say this one thing.
This could
I
actually
have
be
never
free.
played God of War, but I have a premonition about this. That son's gonna get eaten by that dragon.
Yeah, pretty
Sorry
much.
to say it, folks, but this game is going to tear your heart out.
It's going to
Probably.
be a major tearjerker. I can already see that too. I mean, not just because of the fact that
The
the son's
kid
going to
doesn't
die.
stand a chance. That dragon's gonna eat him.
Yeah. I mean, Dragon looks down at boy, says, "Ooh, a snack." Um,
Well, anyways, holy crap, we got God of War, and holy crap, that gameplay, oh my god,
not just Game of War, but also
God. God of War,
um,
not Game of War.
I said God of War.
No, you said Game of War.
You
Fuck
did
you.
say Game of War.
I said God. anyway.
Anyways,
What was that one game with the mechanical dinosaurs again?
Well, I continually forget the name of that game.
Horizon something.
Yeah, Horizon or something like that. Yeah.
But I
that
do know
game just
one.
looks so
I
freaking
do
cool.
know one thing. Recore just seems to be competing with it for one reason or another.
Oh, and also, I really hate to bring this one up, but was it the last Avatar or something like that? Or I don't remember, but it was that one with the fox or the ferret bird thing.
The ferret bird thing.
Oh,
They
that
kept
thing
calling it.
that came from the makers of Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah, I have a really
I
bad
can't
prediction about
remember.
that game.
I can't remember the name of that. But I do know one thing. If you know anything about Ori, expect to cry.
Yeah, that's going to be a major tearjerker game. I can already see that in the works.
Right.
And I really hate to
Ori
work
and the
this
Blind
out.
Forest can make you cry just with its music.
But I hate to
They
work
don't
this
even
out.
they don't even need to upset you with the story. The music alone will make you cry in this game.
Well,
I have-
moving on.
I do have this. Hey, wait. I have this one prediction I have to blurt out. But anyway, as far as that game goes, I have this one bad prediction I have about the ferret bird thing. It's probably going to die.
Ori didn't.
Well, it looks like that ferret's going to die.
Or somebody very close to it at the beginning of the game.
Or somewhere near
Or
the end
even
of the game.
at the end.
But I see terrible things happening in the game that are
But
going
the
to
fact
make you
that
cry your eyes out.
these super artistic people are making a 3D game now, though.
Yeah,
it's just,
not just a
it's
fucking
just
2D
something.
platformer.
It's just that is just something. But also, although we've passed up Microsoft already, I have to say one thing. Anybody who noticed Ukulele for the brief moment
yeah.
that it was on screen, you all get a cookie.
I actually noticed it after you said it, and then they actually finally showed it for the fourth time.
Yeah, it was showed during the Idea at Xbox thing, and it really should have gotten its own screen time, considering it
Yes,
is
they should
very soon going to come out.
And the fact that it's basically like Banjo and
Anybody who
Kazooie.
saw it, anybody who
Remastered.
saw it, you get a cookie.
Hideo Kojima returns.
And is extremely pissed at Konami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When he was walking down that frickin' whatever the hell it was, I guess the stage. Holy
Yeah.
crap!
Screen
And then reveals what
this
he's
is the
working
second
on.
time- this is the second time Sony has done this. This is the second time that they've had a screen as a stage.
And also the second time that they've had a game where it says "fuck you, Sony" in it.
But the first time that they had a screen as a stage, they didn't do anything with it save for that awesome opening. Dude, the light show last year.
Yeah,
It doesn't even compare
to
to
this
the
year's.
operas that everyone has been doing this year.
Yeah.
Why did everyone have a music opening this year? No light show, just music.
Well, besides
What
EA,
was that
or
about?
no, was
They
it
probably
EA or
just
was
didn't
it
have the funding
Bethesda?
for it.
EA had a decent light show.
I mean, Sony still had a screen for a stage. They could have done a light show.
They probably had it from last year.
I don't know, but anyways, Hideo
No, I
Kojima
mean
comes
the
out.
stage could have been the light show if they were really short on cash. The stage itself could have done something.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Hideo Kojima comes back to Sony and brings out Death Stranding, and holy crap! My mom was like,
I don't think anyone understood a single thing that was going on in that trailer.
no.
I don't even think the developers understood a single thing that was going on in that trailer. What the fuck were we even watching?
I think it's going to be another survival type game.
Well, clearly it's got to be a survival horror. It's coming from Hideo fucking Kojima.
Hell yes, and I can't wait.
But the thing is, what the fuck is it even about?
Who cares? It has fucking Norman Reedus in it, and we saw his butt, and
Which game?
Death Stranding.
And a hidden message that said "fuck Konami."
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't really understand that game myself.
it looks
I mean-
amazing, and I can't believe the engine that he's using.
I mean, that Chicago game actually looked kind of entertaining.
What Chicago game?
The one with the robots that look like
The Android
people.
one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What was that one called?
Yeah, it's Chicago, or no, wait, sorry, Detroit something or other. I don't remember.
What?
But
Oh fuck! What's it called? They don't even have it here in this fucking list. I know what
But
you're
it
talking
was
about,
basically-
and it's
it's
Spike. Have you
basically
played?
a Heavy Rain clone.
No, it's not. Spike, have you
Oh,
played
that.
L.A. Noire?
No. When they were announcing this game, they did talk about Heavy Rain a tremendous
Yeah, and the
amount.
fact that it's actually a multiple different types of ending possibilities
Yeah.
and multiple different paths
Yeah.
that you can take.
It reminds
to get
me a
to any
lot.
of those,
It reminds me a lot of L.A.
And-
Noire.
I
Just saying.
don't really think we can say much about it that hasn't already been said by IGN. I mean,
Yeah.
they completely stole our thunder here, guys.
Yeah, they did actually
So
on that
if
game.
you really want to see that game, a review of it, for the first time ever, and I'm going to hate myself for this later, you should probably go check out IGN's review on it.
Even though for the most part
I mean, this
IGN
is the first
is just
time
like-
IGN has ever actually been right about something and
yeah.
decent.
Well,
And still, I will. Oh, by the way, I do have to go back on Bethesda real quick. The one lady that actually said something about was it the Shivering Isles?
Oh yeah, that woman said that the Shivering Isles was in Skyrim, and
That's no.
That was the
that's
pre-show.
everyone
fucking
here
Oblivion.
probably knows that it was Oblivion.
Yeah,
that was the pre-show, and that was actually part of the conference.
I mean,
Leave
Well, even
Morgan
so.
alone.
well, even so, she made a major boo boo.
Leave her alone, damn it!
I mean,
PlayStation
That was
VR gets a release date.
about fucking time. Even though
October
it's gonna be
13th.
$400.
October 13th. Yeah, I know it's expensive, but it's cheap. It's console
What?
cheap.
Huh?
It's
I
console cheap.
I can get a fucking TV and a console for about that price.
It's a console, or I wouldn't say it's a console, but it's
No, it's a TV that you can put on your face.
basically. Well,
That's all it is. A
anyways,
$400 TV put on your face.
meh. It's coming out on October 13th, and it's pricey. Moving on.
Well, all VR helmets actually are pretty fucking pricey anyway.
Well,
right
this
now.
one's the
I mean,
cheapest.
$400 all the way around. No,
You sure? How much is Oculus?
Oculus is about $499 too, or $399 rather, whatever.
Well, anyways, Last Guardian finally gets a release date.
That's what that game was. Last Guardian, with the ferret bird thing.
Oh, the
IGN
big-ass
incorrectly
beast?
refers to it as a dog bird every time.
Dog
It
bird.
is not a dog bird. Honestly, it looks like a griffin or more or lesser known hippogriff. It could actually be a
Neither one of the
hippogriff.
two.
You do know a hippogriff looks more like a ferret than an eagle, right?
Right.
You know that, Luna? So
Yeah.
the fact that you keep calling it a ferret bird, it could actually be a hippogriff.
Hippogriffs usually have the face of a eagle, though.
No, not always.
You're a
Usually,
hypocrite.
though.
You're a hypocrite.
You're thinking about Harry Potter. That was actually a griffin.
Well,
Now, a griffin has the legs of a lion.
something that
Remember that they are hybrid animals, and they can show up in any variation of their hybridization. It's just the two animals that make them up is what's important.
Yeah.
something that needs to be said. We didn't really see any indie game announcements or footage.
Yeah, there were hardly any.
And No Man's Sky, we mentioned a couple, or we mentioned in our last episode, not the failed Death Theater Day recording, but the other one where Dana came in late. No Man's Sky was delayed to
Yet
August, and we talked about how
And
there
I
were
don't
death
remember
threats and
seeing
everything.
anything about it
Huh?
in E3. I don't remember seeing anything about it in E3.
No, we didn't. And according to GameSpot, we didn't really see anything. But anyways, I was kind of looking forward for more indie game titles, and maybe maybe a little more footage of No Man's Sky as a teaser. That's all anybody wants right now is just a little tease. Just a little nipple rub right now, of No Man's Sky. I just want a little nipple rub from No Man's Sky. Is that too much for a guy to ask for? Don't judge me.
No. 3 months more.
I'm going to judge you anyway.
Anyways,
You're not even going to be able to play it when you get it.
you never know. Where's the Neo?
Unless you get a better computer.
Where's the PlayStation Neo?
That's probably next year.
It's coming out sometime next year or whenever, but it's
That's
coming
what
out.
I said, next year.
I don't know when
They're
it's coming out.
They're probably waiting to see how the Xbox One S actually survives the market.
It'll survive, trust me.
And they're probably going to wait until they release the next Xbox console.
Project Scorpio?
Most likely. Yeah, they're probably waiting for Project Scorpio to come out or get more information about it.
Maybe. So that might be
Well,
next year's E3.
The other thing is the PlayStation Neo. Sony opted not to show it this year, and they could have showed it anyway because of Project Scorpio's debut.
Right.
But the
Yeah.
reason they didn't is because I think that Microsoft really hit them where it hurts when Microsoft said there shouldn't be a next generation. The generation should be over forever in gaming. That
Yeah.
now all that matters is hardware. Moving forward with hardware. Never again will you have to buy a new console just to play a new game. That's Microsoft's ideal. And Sony is probably a bit upset about that.
Yeah, the only way I can actually see that working though is if you actually make it to where the consoles are actually upgradable.
Well, not that the consoles are upgradable, but that the games are the opposite of backwards compatible
Right.
with previous consoles. They'll still
Yeah.
work with the previous consoles, just at reduced graphics. So if you want to see a game in its true splendor, yeah, sure, go ahead, upgrade, get the luxury. But
Yeah.
otherwise, you shouldn't have to upgrade.
Yeah, which is
And I
probably
think a bunch of
where
people are misunderstanding what Microsoft said about that because they all said they're waiting for Scorpio. They're not going to get the Slim. They're just going to go after the Scorpio, no,
Right.
regardless of what Microsoft said.
yeah.
They have no idea what they're in for.
So
And-
Thing's gonna
basically,
cost them.
And they-
after Project Scorpio, say like 3 or 4 years pass, it's time for an upgrade. What's going to happen?
Most likely they're going to come up with the next generation version of the same console.
Yeah, they're just going to make a stronger Scorpio. And I'm all for it. More power to them if they can bridge the gap between PC gaming and console gaming, because honestly, this is the only difference.
And what about
Backwards
PlayStation?
compatibility. It's the
They've
only
always
difference.
been actually talking about it for years anyway, since they
Microsoft
actually
has always
brought out the
wanted
Xbox
this.
One.
So what about
Microsoft has
PlayStation?
always wanted this. It's where the ambition for the One came from. But Sony might refuse to give up.
What if
and
they?
if they do,
What if they
their
come
only
out with?
competition would become their only competition will become Nintendo, and both companies will likely go bankrupt.
What if they come out with a PlayStation 5 in the next 10 years? Or 5 years?
I don't think it's going to sell that well because everyone will say Xbox is better because of backwards compatibility. Sony is losing their ground. They're losing credibility here. If they don't compromise, they're done for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sad to
I'm-
think about, because I'm a big
hell,
Sony
look at-
supporter. I mean, I came from PlayStation. PlayStation 1 was my very first console. So,
Oh, poor boy.
Oh,
So
shut the fuck up.
Sony
started
might
with
be
the,
changing their
NES.
view here. I started with the Nintendo 64. So
I'm-
Sony might be changing their view here with the Neo, what they planned for the Neo to be. And that might be why they continued to keep it secret even after Microsoft revealed Scorpio. They're changing the design of it. And unlike Microsoft, instead of making a total flop with the Xbox One, they are going to be smart about this and wait until they know what its new design will be to tell us about it.
right.
Yeah.
So this has probably pushed the development of the Neo back a tremendous amount if Sony is smart.
Hell, if Sony is smart, they'll probably actually make it to where it's actually upgradable.
Right.
Maybe it
hell,
might be
that it can
external
play,
hardware.
that it can still play PlayStation 4 games.
Right.
If they do that, they might not lose here.
And what if they make it backwards compatible to PlayStation 3 games?
Or even PlayStation
That
2.
Might
PlayStation
even
1.
outwin Microsoft. That might defeat Microsoft. If they really want to go for gold here, they can do that.
Yeah.
Because they did just flat out say we're not going to make the PlayStation 4 backwards compatible. So they might do the
And
Neo.
then they went ahead and did it anyway, but not the way everyone wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In order to play your backwards compatible games, you have to buy them again
Yeah, which is total
on
bullshit.
the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
Isn't it though?
So Resident Evil 7.
Not hyped.
Nope.
I am
Nope.
no longer
Nope.
liking Resident Evil.
Nope. Nope. Yeah,
Why?
I'm the same. I'm
Why
not
do
even.
we have?
Resident Evil has died. And
Why do
they're
we
just
have to have another
continuing
Resident
to milk
Evil?
its corpse.
I'm done with Resident Evil. I didn't like it in the first place. I don't like their movies. I don't like the game.
I'm just starting to wonder if the Resident Evil people here are bordering on necrophilia.
They've been bordering on necrophilia since the fourth game.
Right.
Because they've just been milking a dead animal here. This game is dead. Revelations had a chance to save them, and they just didn't go with it. They
Revelations
just
killed it.
continued to kill it. No, Revelations was actually a callback. It was a throwback. It was what everyone wanted. Go back to the original formula. Play like the original games. That's what Revelations did. And then they go right back into acting like they're a fucking shooter. And we're right back where the
Back to
game
square
died.
one.
Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5 killed it, and Resident Evil 7 is repeating the murder over and over and over again.
But as far as Resident Evil goes, the first 2 games, awesome.
Right.
Every game after, oh dear God, why did we have to do this
Revelations
again?
is a callback to the first 2 games, you know.
Right. Well,
Yeah, but they didn't do it right.
It was pretty okay, and I played it on the 3DS, so that's saying something. It ran well on a mobile console.
Yeah.
well, we're getting a better zombie game anyways. Days Gone. We had
Dude,
the freaking
that
trailer.
game, holy shit. Everyone wanted to see The Last of Us 2 this year, and everyone anticipated that this game was it. And then when they finally revealed the zombies, we're like, no, what is this?
It's like, what? What?
Everyone wanted a The Last of Us 2. I mean, we need to know what happened to the heroes of the last game.
We'll probably find out maybe next year. Who knows?
But I will say this much, though, about that game. Oh my God, all of the fucking zombies.
Days Gone
Dude,
looks
that guy,
amazing.
This is how zombies games get sold, though. That's not
Exactly.
actually going to happen in the game. Or if it does, something insane is going to save him. But,
Yeah.
You
but
guys-
the reason they do that is to show off how hopeless zombie games are. Because
Right.
in zombie games, they're harder than Dark Souls even. And I am an avid Dark Souls player, and if I can tell you that they're harder than Dark Souls, you know they're hard.
Yeah.
Right.
So zombies games aren't meant to be easy. They're not meant to be casual. It's just...
And then everybody else is like, "Oh, it's just another zombie game. It's the same
And
fucking
then when
thing."
you look at they're not all the same. There's a lot of variation among the zombie games, and
Exactly.
this
Look at
one
Daisy.
is showing off.
Well,
It's
no, that's a
showing off
horrible
where
example.
zombie games got their start. Which
Look
is
at the
awesome
Daisy
because
mod.
Dying Light did it too.
Look at the Daisy
Basically,
mod.
You're
Look
a
at how
survivor
successful it was.
in a broken world. You're a survivor in a broken world, and you are entirely outnumbered by the zombies. So, the
But-
hopelessness of it all just gets to you when you're playing a game like this.
You know, Russ.
What I personally enjoy, though, is exploring the broken cities. That's my favorite thing to do in a zombie game.
Right. Yeah.
Like, getting to see what was left behind after the world ended.
But anyways, like I keep saying, look at the DayZ mod. Look at how successful it was compared to
And then DayZ the game, which bombed.
Well, yeah, it completely fall. It just crumbled. We don't even mention that game anymore. We just mentioned the DayZ mod.
That game was a teraflop.
Yeah. But anyways, the mod was fucking amazing, and I had the privilege to finally play it a couple months ago, and it's still fun to play at times, you know. And there's several zombie games out there that are still playable. So don't fucking come to me and say that every zombie game is the same, because it's not.
They all have differences, subtle or
Exactly.
not. They're all different in their own right.
Exactly.
And in fact, now that it's been a while since its original release, there's actually a zombie game that is far better than its original release just because it was remastered. Because it's been so long, people actually know what they're getting into with the game now, instead of the trailer, which lied to them.
What game?
Because after Dying Light, we actually know what these people do in zombie games. It's Dead Island.
Oh.
Dead Island got a remaster,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's actually doing much better than the original release did because of Dying Light. Dying Light was straightforward and honest with you about what the game entailed, and it was made by the same people as Dying Light, and they started off, or it was made by the same people as Dead Island, and it started off with them saying, okay, we understand that Dead Island didn't do so well because of its trailer. So we're just going to tell you what our game is about right here. They did that before it even released a gameplay trailer or anything. They told us what they were making. And it really got the fans involved and resulted in an awesome game being released.
Yeah.
So now people are giving Dead Island a try because it's been remastered, brought to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and everyone can see it for what it's really meant to be, what the game was meant to be, aside from its trailers.
Right.
Because the trailers apparently didn't tell you anything about it.
Dying Light, though, when I was looking at Dying Light, off topic, it looks, because we were talking about it, Spike, we intended on getting this game. Like,
I have it.
yeah, and I still want this game. So
That's why I can safely tell you that Dying Light is the only reason Dead Island is doing good again.
yeah. But that being said, I can't wait for Days Gone. I really can't. And it looks like it's going to be really amazing.
Yeah. I will say this much, though, as far as Final Fantasy goes. Yeah, we didn't get any views on it from Sony, but why the fuck do they have to split it into 3 or 4 different games
I don't even
for
know.
Final Fantasy VII?
Wait. Oh, Final Fantasy VII? Yeah, Sony talked about this, and IGN also talked about this, and they are pretty pissed off about this.
Hell,
What they said
lot of the
is
Final
if
Fantasy
you were going to split it into different episodes and everything, at the very least, you should release them all at the same time.
Right.
Instead
Yeah.
of making everybody wait. I mean,
I mean,
Or at the
everybody's going to
very
finish it
least,
within a day, so
sure, you're being a scumbag and you're making everyone pay for each continuation of the story.
yeah,
But-
and that's bullshit in its own
But
right,
you're
by the way.
being more of a scumbag by making people wait.
Yeah. And by the way, Steven, do you honestly not know how many or how much gameplay is in Final Fantasy VII?
no.
There is easily 3 or 4 days, and I'm saying days, worth of gameplay in that game.
Nowhere near Skyrim with its months of gameplay if you want to do everything.
Okay, if you want to do everything, that's about a month, if not 2 months.
Skyrim can keep you busy for 6,
So,
Well,
so
that's
maybe,
because Skyrim is Skyrim, okay?
and it's big.
well, either way, it's going to take everybody like a week or so just to get through, like, say, the first episode.
Well, yeah, the episodes being that the way they are, it'll take you a while to get through them, but when you're done, the next one's not released. And it won't be released for like a month or 2.
Exactly.
Or 6 months.
Every time. And it's just not okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be every 3 months, Luna.
Well, I'm going by Square Penis's fucking
Hey, that is copyrighted to me. You owe me $10.
Okay, I'll give you 10 cookies. How's that?
That's acceptable. Make it 20.
Well, now we rate.
But yeah.
Now we have
But
to
yeah.
rate all the conferences. So
Um,
which one was the best?
I can't rate them, but I will at least tell you which one I thought was the best. By far, Bethesda.
Why?
Bethesda kicked everyone's ass.
Skyrim remastered.
Well,
That's not the only reason. They did a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah, they did a lot.
There's
Of
too
really
much to name.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just Bethesda. That's all you have to say.
I really like that Bethesda, Sony and Ubisoft wore the ribbons, and Microsoft wore pins.
Yeah, everyone, at least almost everyone, EA used scumbags.
EA. EA.
Um,
EA.
at
Can we-
least, at least they paid respects to what happened in Orlando.
Yeah, Ubisoft and Sony actually talked about it for a little bit.
Can I say this much?
Hmm.
Shotgun! Shotgun!
Shots fired.
Shotgun!
Oh wait, does that mean I'm supposed to shoot Griff?
Shots
No,
fired.
No, that's playing assassinate. Or I'm sorry, that's playing treacherous Simmons 1.
Anyways, I personally, like I said, I personally believe Sony was the best.
Well, I'm gonna have to say that I'm actually kind of split between Bethesda
Xbox, take a screenshot.
and I really hate saying this, but Ubisoft. Those two kind of did a really good job on their
Oh yeah,
conferences this year.
Ubisoft did excellent. Oh,
I
I just want to go ahead and say,
PlayStation.
I wanted to go ahead and say, mark down black woman throwing the F-bomb during the Ubisoft conference.
In the
Dude,
first 5
no.
minutes.
guys, if you're just now waking up from watching the Ubisoft conference, we are so very sorry that you were playing a drinking game at the time.
Oh,
You have our deepest. You have
I
our
will say-
deepest. Our deepest posture.
I will say
Deepest
this much.
sympathy,
I
Spike,
actually
is the word
did
you're
do
looking
the
for.
drinking game. I actually did do the drinking game. I don't remember how many shots I took, but I was like, "Fuck it!" At the after about half the bottle.
After the F-bomb, I'm like, Mark!
I was like, "Oh my god!" That's the main reason that Ubisoft actually was ranking up Border getting
Borderline
first
stole the show, black woman, F-bomb. Not being racist or anything,
Bethesda still stole the show to me,
but
but
yeah.
But just
Ubisoft
remember,
was a very
just-
close
Just
second.
remember, though, you might have permanent brain and/or liver damage now. But remember one thing. Remember one thing. That woman only gets paid in wine and sarcasm.
Yeah,
Oh, she's the best. She's the best host.
yeah,
It has to be said.
yeah. I will say that much. That's
She
why
is the
That's why
best.
Ubisoft actually got a close second for me.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, if it
anyways,
wasn't for her, Sony would have had second.
yeah.
Sony was a close third, though.
Sony was okay.
Sony,
But
yeah.
they ain't gonna beat Bethesda and Microsoft in my book. I mean, I'll tell you, I am a multi-platformer, but I always lean towards Xbox because that's where I got my roots in the online gaming community,
Right.
and I can never abandon Xbox.
I actually got my online gaming roots from the computer.
Well,
I
maybe
started
PlayStation.
on the Xbox. I started on the Xbox 360 when I was like 14.
Me
So
with
that's-
PlayStation.
Well, my online
That
gaming
is
started
quite
back
a-
when I was 11 years old, playing StarCraft. Fuck you all. StarCraft rules. Fuck
Well, anyways, me with PlayStation, I think when it comes to the console developers, Sony had a really decent. It was really good. It totally beat Microsoft in every way. Besides Project Scorpio, that's like the only big freaking thing. I mean, the way Microsoft presented their games, it looked really terrible. Just want
Well,
to go ahead and say.
That's because they were almost directly following Ubisoft, and Ubisoft did so great with the intros to all of their games.
Oh yeah.
It
And then
really,
Sony,
Really, it soured your appetite for games.
Yeah, and then Sony did a fantastic job opening with a freaking live orchestra and God of War.
Ah,
Well,
yes, that was great, and I could come to like that tune eventually, but as of yet, I am not going to try into any new games yet. I mean, new game series, games that I've never been a part of before.
right. All right.
But
Now, oh, go ahead.
because I am very short on cash, and I'm not going to splurge until I feel comfortable doing so.
All right. Now we rate all the conferences. EA out of
Dead
10.
last.
Out of 10.
I give them 20 Rotten Tomatoes.
I give them 100 Rotten Tomatoes. And
I
throw
don't
them
even
all out
care.
the beds.
No, I wouldn't even give them anything. Not even tomato. If I give them anything, I'm contributing. So I wouldn't. I'm not even going to bother. And
Because the thing is,
I only
good part
watched
about their
EA for
stream-
Battlefront.
The only good part of
Or
their stream
Battlefield,
was the
excuse me.
Battlefield live stream, and that wasn't even actually part of the conference, so it's no defense.
Yeah. That was like the only reason why anybody watched the stupid fucking conference was because of fucking Battlefield
Yeah.
and Titanfall 2.
I don't think even that. The first game was a bombshell. I think people were just surprised that this game didn't look bad.
Exactly. Anyways, Bethesda out of 10.
Bethesda, that was actually easily a 9
Bethesda,
out of 10.
I'll give them 11. I'll give them an 11.
I will give them a 9. I'll give them a 9 because although Skyrim remastered, yeah, I'm really excited about, and a bunch of other things that really got me excited, like Fallout 4 mods for the consoles, or that's supposedly
You don't
already
even
out.
play on consoles.
New stuff for Doom, new stuff for Fallout, Elder Scrolls Online. Holy
Yeah.
crap!
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited about that. I completely forgot there. The Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel 1.
I think it's one Tamriel.
I don't know. They keep saying it in different orders.
Who cares?
All I say about ESO, I'm not a real big fan of it anymore.
Well, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really happy. Bethesda got me really hyped for the rest of this week. Microsoft out of 10.
I'll give them a 9.
I want to give them a 7. I really do.
Microsoft does a lot of great things, but they're trying too hard to single-handedly revolutionize gaming, and they have to realize that they can't do it alone. The other gaming companies have to join them, or they're going to fail.
When they just decided that it was a great idea to announce Project Scorpio, I got a little frustrated because
Well, they announced it way before it was even ready.
Yeah. And to be honest, there shouldn't be much more than rumors about it yet.
it should
they
only
jumped the
still.
gun.
They should have never announced it in the first place, and they should have never
I don't
said
think they
that
were
it's going to come
planning
out next
to
year.
I don't think they were planning to either. They got nervous about
Yeah.
the Neo, probably.
Most likely. I mean, to be honest with you, that's going to hurt their sales on the Xbox One S.
They're not giving the S the time it needs. They should have waited at least
Well,
another
at
2
least
years.
a year.
Sony didn't give the PlayStation 3S the time it needed either. PlayStation
Before they
4
came
released
out with the
within
next.
practically a month.
Yeah.
Right.
Sony and Microsoft and their marketing department really need to get better marketing.
I mean, they waited
communication.
the right amount of time to release the Slums. That's really all we were kind of waiting for at this point. I would have mattered. Actually, no. I wouldn't even cared if they didn't release a Slim this year and then maybe do it next year, because it would have been the perfect amount of time.
Well, I think the timing is great, though.
It really
Considering
is.
what's going on right now, I think the timing is great. Considering what's going on with all of the releases this year,
Yeah.
it's like last year with trumpets. Now we have trumpets to announce the arrivals of the games.
I mean,
So
well,
this
last
year
year's
might
big.
be the best time to release it because it's going to sell a lot because
Yeah.
of the games that are coming out. People are gonna want to play them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially on consoles.
So the Slim could very well still sell.
Yeah, but
Just not
nowhere
as much
near
as
as
it
good
could've.
as it would have if they didn't say anything about
If they
it.
didn't shot themselves in the foot with Project Scorpio.
Yeah.
Because now they're going to have to rush it.
Very drastically.
Because I mean, the console is releasing like literally 2 months before sequel Tasia.
Right. Well, we'll probably see a lot more next year. Sony, out of 10. No, I'm sorry. No, not Sony. Ubisoft, out of 10.
I give him a 5.
I'll give
Just
them a freaking
because
8.
I can't be asked or I can't be arsed to go one way or the other with them.
There's a reason why I give them the 8, and half of it is because of the F-bomb. The other
Dude,
half is...
you can't, dude. If you're going to use their host as an argument, then Bethesda would have gotten a 20. Bethesda had the best hosts.
Well, anyways, the other half is I asked for South Park gameplay, and they did not disappoint.
Yeah, they delivered pretty well.
I also asked for Watch Dogs gameplay. They half didn't disappoint.
They
Well,
half-assed it.
we can't trust that any of that gameplay is actually real either.
We also got
Yeah.
gameplay from potentially a really good, something that might actually be really good, which is Steep.
Yeah.
That was okay. That's why they're getting a 5. They gave us at least 2 games that we're looking forward to, but they didn't deliver very well. They had an awesome host. It's just their presentations left much to be desired.
Very much.
Well, that being said, Luna, did you do rating for Ubisoft?
Ubisoft, I'd give it maybe about a 5.
All right. And last but not least, well, no, not last. But moving on to Sony.
I'd give it about an 8 or 9.
Yeah, 9.5 maybe.
8.5.
Spike.
9.5 would be putting it a bit of a too much of a stretch.
Spike.
Huh? Which
Sony.
one? Sony? Now, Sony did deliver,
Yeah.
but much of the games they showed us, I just wasn't interested in. So I'd have to give them a 7.
Well, main reason I give Sony about an 8.5 or better is because of the fact that robotic dinosaurs.
Let me look that up real quick.
I mean, Jesus Christ, what's better than dinosaurs? Robotic dinosaurs.
Horizon
That
Zero
actually is
Dawn.
it's going to be releasing on both consoles, Luna.
Well,
Last
even
year it was
so.
at Xbox's conference.
Well, even
But
so.
we got gameplay of it from
Spike?
Sony, which
Horizon Zero Dawn is a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
but it was at Xbox console. Or
Horizon
conference
Zero
last
Dawn
year.
is published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Huh.
And it'll be released on February 28th, 2017.
Oh yeah, that was my reason for getting a PlayStation 4 originally before Bloodborne.
Anyways, the game you were
And
thinking about,
then
Luna, was
Bloodborne.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, yeah. But even so, freaking robot dinosaurs, man.
And last but not least, Nintendo's panel.
To be honest, I can't really rate that one because of the fact that I didn't actually witness it.
And they didn't even have a conference, so there was really nothing to witness.
Well, either way, though, I didn't witness it, so I can't really talk very much about it.
Neither can I. All right. Well, I think that covers just about everything. There was a PC gamer panel again, but that's more like a talk show, and that's
Yeah.
not really something I'm interested in getting into, because if I want to know anything about PC gaming, I get on Steam. I look at the store, and that's how I know. And right now, there's a weekend deal. Killing Floor 2 is on sale for $33, and you can play it for free until Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Never been a fan of Killing Floor stuff.
I already have Killing Floor, so oh well.
Haha, you get to play it for free while you already have it.
Well, anyways, I think that's pretty much it. And holy crap, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Going on 16 minutes.
Yay! Longest show ever!
Well, longer than our other 2-hour show.
Oh yeah, silly question. What day was it that we actually did our first podcast again?
I don't remember. Should I look it up real
no.
quick while we're still recording?
Nah, we'll save that for later.
I'll go on YouTube right now. I'm going to do it.
Well, the reason why I'm actually trying to keep track of when that is so that way we can actually have our 1 year birthday of Roundtable Gaming.
Well, you know what, though? Did we actually go into detail about how we would play Star Trek Bridge Crew? I mean, we hyped it up so much, and we didn't talk about all that much.
Yeah,
We could go on for an entire other hour on that.
Yes, we could actually.
I
at
could
the very
probably
least,
split the
half
video
an hour.
off if it gets any longer. But
So-
yeah, let's go ahead and talk
so
about
do-
Star Trek for a little bit.
So do a closing right now. I think, for our viewers' sake, do a closing right now and then do another opening for Star Trek, and this will be the perfect opportunity
this will be the,
for us to cut the video.
Yeah,
Right.
and then we'll do our Star Trek spoiler alert.
So we'll do our Star Trek exclusive panel
yeah,
here.
there we go.
Yeah, because, well, just going to say as an ending to the episode, I'm not a big Star Trek fan. I wasn't really a big Star Trek fan until, it started to get quote-unquote rebooted, end quote. So, I'm starting to get into it, and I introduced Spike into Artemis, which was a bridge kind of simulator-ish game. So, we'll talk a little bit about Star Trek. So, not only will we get a podcast on Sunday, but you guys will probably get another Star Trek-based podcast. Probably either Sunday or sometime next week, or who knows. It really depends on when I decide to upload things, and I'm going to upload this video as soon as we get done talking about Star Trek. So,
Well,
that being said,
I will say this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that being said, thank you guys, everybody, for watching. Woohoo! This was this wasn't the very first E3 we've covered
This
because
was my very first podcast, though. Hello, everybody.
he exists, and I'll link his channel into the description if I ever remember to. But that being said, holy crap. This was my second E3 that I've covered, and this was my fifth E3 I've seen in full.
Yeah,
So
This is only my third.
to be honest, as far as E3 goes, in full, this is actually my first one seeing all the way through,
right,
except for minus the Nintendo panel, but
because
we're not going to talk
they didn't
about
really
that.
have one.
But anyhow, this is actually my first time actually watching a E3 panel, or all the way through E3, and also commenting on it.
It's amazing watching E3 because
Yeah.
anything could happen for one. And people say all the time, "Oh, E3 isn't the biggest is not the biggest gaming convention there is," and that might be true, but it's big to me. It's really big to me. It's the only one I really know about. I'm interested in getting into other gaming conventions that are around, but the only one that matters to me is E3. So before we end off the video, are there any predictions for next year's E3 you guys might be looking forward for?
Well, if Valve could ever learn how to count past 3,
Half-Life
Portal
3,
3.
Portal 3.
Yeah.
We're still waiting
Like
for
I said, if they could ever learn how to count past 3, here's hoping.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anywho,
Well,
I don't
yeah,
have
I
any
don't know
predictions
either. I
as
mean,
of
I can't
yet.
really say anything yet about predictions because we can't really think about what will happen besides a reveal of the Project Scorpio, and if the NX gets delayed, we might end up getting like a reveal sometime soon. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and as always,
Nerd!
we will see you guys next time, hopefully with Dana. Bye!
And Spike still did not run over that guy at EA when I yelled shotgun. Oh, bye, y'all.